Hey, family, it's me, Queenie Brown. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of the Self Love Lessons. I am your host. As I said before, I'm Queenie Brown. I am a women's empowerment author, a transformational keynote speaker, and a certified master life and business coach. And today we're going to be going one step deeper into the self love lessons, 7 lessons every woman must learn about herself and the power of womanhood. I'm also the author of the Mother Daughter Journal and Journey, and it is an interactive, faith based mother's mentorship tool, and it's designed to build and heal the mother daughter bond. Um, Please make sure you go to queeniebrown.com to learn more about all of the offerings that I have brought to you to help support you in your heart healing, in your relationship building, etc., etc. So we are reading from the self-love lessons, and we are currently in self-love lesson number 5. And for those of you who are just joining me, make sure that you like and subscribe. You've missed a bit, but you can definitely go back to my YouTube channel at the Queenie Brown and catch up on the replays. You can binge self-love. There's a playlist that goes over all of the episodes up to now. We're on episode number 82, so we're kind of deep in there. But the information is there for you. So please do go and avail yourselves to that. So we are in self love lesson number 5, and it is how to know what's in your way, what stops you in your tracks, and how to get past it all. So we've been talking about fear and rebellion, and today we're going to talk about this high cost of disobedience. Now, how many of you can attest to the fact that there is a high cost to pay when God tells you to do something and you do the opposite, or when your mama told you to do something and you would do the opposite? What would happen, right? It would create some drama, some trauma, excuse me, or worse. And so today I wanted to just kind of go over what we discussed inside the book, and then I'll share a quick story if we have time on the back end of it. When we're done with the reading today, we're going to be retreating to the Mother Love community, where I want to invite you all to join me. That's where we go a little bit deeper, and we're having an honest conversation about womanhood and about motherhood and parenting, etc. And so please do join me inside the community. And it is for women only. So sorry, fellas. All right. So where are we? We are on page number 353. If you haven't already downloaded your copy of the Self-Love Lessons, please do so at www.queeniebrown.com. You can download your free copy. And before we get started, I'm excited about something, and I wanted to bring you all in the loop. I am hosting the Empowering Girl Moms show, and it is a show that I'm interviewing experts, and we're talking about all the different things that could support moms. Let me show you the site. You can go to empoweringgirlmoms.com to learn more. But it's going to be where we're going to talk to some experts, and they're going to be helping you transform your motherhood experience, helping you to build a better bond with your daughter, helping you to reach her heart yet again if it's been a distant situation, or helping you to create that bond early on. This is going to be a no judgment, no shame, no blame, no shade zone. Moms deal with enough mommy guilt. We don't need to make each other feel any worse. And the intention here is to pour in so that we can be stronger as moms. And we're going to be talking about everything from heart healing to parenting and home life, to helping with your mind and health, helping with your money and business, spiritual faith and God conversations. We're going to even talk about love relationships and social media and beyond. So there's also going to be a roundtable where teachers will be giving us some insights into what they're experiencing in the classrooms, and what we don't realize, our part in how it's making it harder for the teachers and harder for some of the students. So I wanted to make time and space available for us to learn some stuff. So you can go to the empoweringgirlmomsshow.com or empoweringgirlmoms.com and register for free. And make sure you share with your friends. Friends don't let friends miss out, right? So do share it. We're going to run it through all of Mother's Month. So there's going to be insights and wisdom and resources and tips, and there's all kinds of yummy things coming up. So make sure you do register. And I can't wait to see you there. All right. So let's return back to the book. And we are talking about obedience and the cost of disobedience. All right. As I continued to study, I learned all of the drama that happens in our lives is caused by principalities. We talked about that a little bit earlier on, but we're going to go into it in depth in a day or two. We've given them a place to survive and thrive in our lives through our own disobedience. The good news is obedience gives birth to blessings and closes the doors that were once open to the adversary. I know this is hard to hear, but until we face the facts and rid our lives of the causes, we will continue to be assaulted by the spirits and plagued with emotional, mental, physical, financial, and relational drama. Proverbs 26:2 says, "The curse causeless shall not come." So what that means is if there's no cause, there can be no curse. So if you have a door opened, that creates the cause that opens the door to the curse, right? This means that for everything, there is a cause and effect. The curse is the effect, the cause is disobedience. Ephesians 2:2 says, "Wherein in time past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience." That spirit is at work in the children of disobedience. Disobedience is a lack of obedience or a refusal to comply, disregard, or transgression. What does God mean when he speaks about disobedience? Well, for example, in the scriptures, God gave us instructions not to control us. He was the one that gave us free will, remember? However, the instructions are twofold. The first is to protect us from the attacks of the adversary, and the second is to teach us how to operate in our power, his power. But when we take it upon ourselves to do what we want to do rather than what he's instructed us to do, it causes drama, and that it causes the drama that shows up in our lives. For example, here are a few instructions that he's given us. Be angry and sin not. Ephesians 4:26 says, "But be ye angry and sin not, let not the sun go down upon your wrath." Number two message he gave us, or instruction, he says, "Give no place to the devil. Neither give place to the devil," Ephesians 4:27. Number three instruction was love your enemies. Pray for those that persecute you. That's Matthew 5:44. It says, "But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you." Instruction number four, focus your thoughts on those that are good. Philippians 4:7 says, "Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, if there be any praise, think on those things," right? So let's go into the disobedience scenario. Imagine this. You're driving down the highway and there's a car that's speeding in the lane next to you. He can't get past you because there's a car in front of him. So he erratically starts going from lane to lane behind you, honking his horn. We've all seen that, right? You respond in anger and begin to yell at him, even though he can't hear or see you. You decide to teach him a lesson. You begin to slow down so that he's forced to slow down and wait. Now he's honking and flashing his lights, and you are irate. He's behind you, and you slam on your brakes, hoping to scare him and cause him to slow down and behave. He accidentally crashes into the back of your car. His airbags deploy, and now you're the cause of an accident. What you didn't know was that there was a pregnant woman in the car. Her husband was frantically trying to get her to the hospital to deliver their first child. The airbag deployed, and after she was transported to the hospital, she lost her full-term baby and almost lost her own life. All of this happened because you decided to, one, be angry, which is that first instruction. Two, you didn't pray for him. Three, you gave Satan a place to operate. And four, your mind was on teaching him a lesson, making him pay for driving the way he drove, rather than on those things that are good, just, and holy. Satan's whole focus is to steal, kill, and destroy. You aided him in stealing the family that those two had dreamed of, killing that unborn child, and destroying what God created through that family unit. All of this happened because of disobedience. Do you see how it works? What could have happened is that you could have changed lanes, prayed for him, and let him go on his way. The result could have been the birth of a beautiful child and the strengthening of God's kingdom. I know what you're thinking. We've all been there and we've all had experienced road rage, right? It's not easy to just stop in the moment and think good thoughts. I know it's not for me. Well, that's because for years we've practiced the art of flying off the handle. We go from 1 to 10 in a moment and we don't even think about what's happening. This is what Satan is counting on, and that's why God tried to warn us about it. Instead, we have to practice being better stewards over our emotions, or we will deal with the consequences of playing with the devil. If you don't learn anything else from this chapter, know this: you cannot manage Satan's destruction. Only God can. If you invite him in through your disobedience, he comes in to wreck your stuff and everyone around you. We want to dabble in letting him use us a little because it feels good in the moment. While it may feel good to invite Satan in and make him feel comfortable for a moment, he will soon make himself at home, and then he turns into the house guest from hell, literally. So now you're thinking, God knows my heart, right? I'm a good person and I don't mean anybody any harm, right? Well, let's finish that first sentence. God knows my heart is willfully disobedient, but I don't mean any harm, right? Your willful disobedience does cause God harm. Willful disobedience means that it's an act of your free will and that you are choosing to disobey the word, will, and plan of God. It seems harmless in the moment, but in actuality, it hinders and sabotages God's plan for you and mankind. Oh, wow. We're at the last page on here. Sorry, I'll just read to you. Luke 11:23 says, He who is without sin, wait. He who is not with me is against me, and who does not gather with me scatters. Matthew 20:30 says, Anyone who isn't with me opposes me, and anyone who isn't working with me is actually working against me. My pastor always said that disobedience is like drinking poison and wishing someone else would die. It doesn't work that way. You drink it, you pay the price. I know it's a hard pill to swallow, and praise God for forgiveness, right? This would be a good time to ask God for forgiveness for willfully disobeying the word that you knew he told you to do. Ask him to help you to be a better steward over your emotions in the moment. Then, when he tells you to pause, to forgive, to not react or lash out at someone, remember to obey. That's what it means to submit to God. Resist the devil and he will flee. You can do it, and you have plenty of opportunities to practice. Trust me. James 4:7 says, Submit yourselves therefore to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. The bigger part of this is that disobedience is the disobedience that causes the curse. This is the disobedience that opens the door for the adversary's torment. We've got to remember that we are spiritual beings having a human experience and not the other way around. Having said that, we've got to learn how things operate in the spirit realm. We need to know how our actions in the physical affects us in the spiritual. I can't say this enough. We are far more powerful than we realize, and it's imperative for us to learn to use our power for God and the works of the kingdom and not against it. Aside, be not condemned. Don't go into feelings of condemnation as I share this with you. Jesus didn't come to condemn the world, but to save it. If you're feeling condemned, know that it's the spirit of condemnation from the enemy. Speak these words out loud, then continue reading. Every time you feel condemnation, speak those words and keep pushing. And those words are that I am forgiven. I'm forgiven. You're forgiven. And trust that God has already done it. When Jesus died on the cross, you were forgiven 2,000 years ago. So let yourself off the hook and just make a better choice next time. All right. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it. If you haven't already downloaded your copy, be sure to do so. And then join us at the Empowering Girl Mom show coming up for the month of May. Go to empoweringgirlmoms.com and download and register. And then you'll be informed of all the yummy things that are going to be going on over the next month. It's going to be great. All right. Y'all be blessed. Thanks for watching. Take good care. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.